Hello. I wanted to make a video. I got to this point in Resident Evil 2 and I was just like thinking to myself, you know, this is like one of my favorite spots in the game because when I get to this area, it's like a freeing feeling almost, uh, knowing that you're about to finish the sewer area. It's kind of similar to like when you get off work or your shift is about to end at work, and it's just a good feeling. You're about to go home and stuff like that. Had a long day, done a lot of shit, probably done so much stuff that nobody even actually notices, and nobody really gets a chance to like see what you do to appreciate it. And that's gonna lead to the point of this video. So I stream to nobody pretty much every time I go live, and it's been that way since probably the beginning of streaming. There were a few times when, I had like a small social network of friends and, artist friends, but they were never like, very good artists. They were always, drawing anime or manga stuff, and this was like way back before, even had this channel active. We're talking about like 2012 or maybe even earlier than that. So, but I was streaming on a different website called Livestream, and yeah, that site was only active with, I don't know, about 10 users, 10 viewers. But then when it came to YouTube and Twitch, like, I've never really had an audience. The same thing with Picarto. And I don't know, when I get to like the ends of my stream, like, it reminds me kind of this spot in the video game Resident Evil 2. I did so much stuff on my stream that only I can appreciate, really, and like, I'm about to log off, and I just have like a good feeling that I've accomplished what I did, and it's time to end the stream. And it's a similar feeling to when I get to this spot. But I had some other things that I wanted to say, and I wrote down some notes. So I said that, I stream to nobody, and sometimes honestly, I prefer it that way because there's like a comfort in knowing that I don't have to worry about anyone being at my streams. Like, I could even go as far as to talk trash about people and suffer absolutely no consequences. Like, it wouldn't even matter what I talk about, It's like, kind of like having one of those friends, or actually almost every friend, except for like a select few, where you tell them something pretty controversial with them the next day, they don't even remember, really. It's almost like that, because if it wouldn't even be like that at all. Like, if I decided to not stream, like, I could just draw offline, but I've kind of gotten so used to streaming, like it helps me, get my artwork done or just like play a video game. It's almost like I need to do it now, so. But yeah, nobody's over there, and once in a blue moon, a very, very rare blue moon, a person will show up in my chat and talk. Usually I ignore them since, people ignore me and decide to not join, so fair is fair. Treat people the way you want to be treated, if people want to treat me like I don't exist, then, I'll just do it back. It's no biggie, really. I kind of don't want it to change, to be honest, because I don't know, I've just gotten used to it, and I don't really have to follow any rules from anybody or worry about, like, offending anybody. Like, I have the freedom to do, whatever I want on my streams, and I only have to worry about TOS, if I decide to stream something that's, I don't know, considered not safe for work, or that might go against YouTube community guidelines, but I don't really stream my artwork on YouTube, so I don't really have to, like, worry about that. I usually go on Picarto and just get my artwork done. I don't really care that nobody watches me. Some days I do actually care, but for the most part I don't. On the days that I do, like, really give a fuck, like, I'll have, like, kind of the desire to rant, I guess, but I usually just, like, if it gets to the point where I have to rant about it, like, I just record it and then I just either delete it or save it for another live stream that I'm gonna do on YouTube, or even Twitch, probably. But yeah, I don't really have to worry about where I stream because, nobody's ever gonna show up. It doesn't really matter. I just have to worry about TOS. There's like a certain comfort about it, to be honest. Sometimes I do actually, like, get really lonely. But usually my artwork really keeps my mind, like, kind of distracted, and I'm in this, like, I'm living inside my head, and I'm, kind of pretending that I'm in a different world or a different universe where I'm actually, living the life that I want, and everybody actually loves what I do, and people support me, and like, it's effortless. Like, it's almost like, think about it as getting, I don't know, some kind of partnership or a job, and then I do the same thing that I'm doing now, and it's like I don't even have to worry about it anymore. I just automatically get views. Like, that's where I'm at in my head when I stream, even though nobody's there. I guess it's, like, kind of therapeutic in a way, and yeah, it's just... Either way, I'm spending time with the Asian girl I made, or usually I spend time playing as Claire Redfield, which is like probably one of my top favorite video game characters of all time. You know, she's a badass. She knifes zombies like incredibly well. She has a bad mouth, which is pretty funny sometimes. She's beautiful. She's got a nice fat ass. You know, what more could you want? But when I'm finished with the stream, like, yeah, it kind of sucks that I have to come back to reality in my mind, and but it's try to tell myself that it's not so bad, because at least I have that ability to sort of like travel to some imaginary world in my head without like destroying my life with like drugs or alcohol or any substances, narcotics, whatever you want to call it. But it does kind of piss me off that I do get, people that follow me, but they just don't watch me. Like, honestly, I don't know what the reason is. And some of you watching could probably say, like, I don't know, maybe they just want to check you out from time to time, but that's not... Honestly, that's not acceptable to me. Because I usually try to give people a chance, even though I can already predict that anybody that follows me is never going to watch me, so... usually give people like a week at most, and then if because Picarto has the ability to remove followers, I just usually remove them that time span. And yeah, it's kind of pointless to have them as a follower if they never watch me. I've been told that it's pointless to do that, but it's also pointless to have followers that, aren't engaging and aren't coming by to say hello or anything like that. So why have them? Honestly. I'm better off without them, because every time I would go live, like, sometimes I do check my chat near the beginning or the end of the stream, and usually there's nothing there in the chat, and but I have to like see a number of followers, and I just like get reminded, there's people that follow me but don't actually want to watch. So I just get rid of them so I don't have to deal with it in a way. I think I'd rather have my, my imaginary version of people that actually support me and are actually there than this garbage. These fucking horrible garbage selection of human beings that decide to follow me. They're just like so fucking poor stock, poor quality of people that I don't know what the fuck their deal is, honestly. They just, they follow me, but I never see them. I guess it's like a curse. Like sometimes I even think that people are being possessed by some kind of strange spirit when they follow me, because then they wake up the next day and they go on their Picardo account and they're just like, who is that? I don't remember following them. And they just leave it alone, probably. So I don't know, I just remove them so I don't have to be reminded, don't have to deal with it. I can enjoy my peace. I can feel free to listen to whatever music I want without being judged. Listen to any commentary I want, even if it's like really controversial. I don't have to worry about anybody saying anything in the chat. I can just focus, on my artwork. And sometimes it's really great. Other times, when it comes to those days where it's really hard, it sucks. It doesn't happen like very, very often for me. I would say it's about like once or twice a month that I get that really lonely, painful, inner throat, inner chest kind of pain that's similar to, having a breakup with a woman. Actually, speaking about that, I was watching some YouTube shorts yesterday, and I remember I came across a video that explains why humans feel that way whenever they break up with a girl. And it's because the feeling comes from the fear of not being able to survive, and just like being afraid of your stability as a man, because we used to be in tribes and stuff, and whenever there was conflict in terms of like romance or the social status, you were exiled from the group, pretty much, the tribe or whatever. So I mean, that kind of makes sense in my opinion. So kind of helps to not overthink things and wonder why people never want to be around me. Kind of makes it easier to just enjoy being in this world that I have in my imagination, and just go to town and do whatever I want, pretty much. That's going to be it for this video. Take care, everybody.